Hello student, let us start a new session continuing with the probability. This is session number 5. Today we are going to revise some previous topic and then collection of some formulas. After collecting some formulas, then we'll take on a 2-3 exercise. So today first of all revising one or two topics and then we'll see some new topic. So intentionally I am telling you the definition of probability again, because whole chapter depends upon this definition of probability and the formula which we are going to collect today. So last time I told you definition of probability. It is nothing but it's a ratio of, if you want to find the probability of any event, so it is nothing but it's a ratio of favorable number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome. Here we got that formula. Probability of A, any event, is equal to m upon n, where m is number of favorable event and n is total number of event. So remember this formula, but fortunately or unfortunately we got some limitations of this formula. So that I will be telling you, because there are some limitations. That's why we got one more chapter for probability that we will see afterwards. So before telling you limitation of this definition, first of all one more topic we are going to revise, because it's a very important topic. The third exercise or second exercise totally depend upon this topic, laws of addition of probability. So probability of A intersection B, I told you it is equal to probability of A union B is equal to so laws of addition of probability, formula number 1 is probability of A union B is equal to PA plus PB minus probability of A intersection B. This formula is similar to the formula of a set theory, which already earlier I told you. But when event is mutually exclusive event, as earlier I told you, this will become 0. So same formula will be written in this way. Probability of A union B is equal to PA plus PB. When two events are mutually exclusive event. That's why this law is called law of addition. See, union becomes addition. Similarly, if there are 3 events, all 3 events are in the form of a union, and the big formula, if a question is for 3 to 4 marks, then many times they use this formula. There are many questions in an exercise, near about 25 to 30 questions are there in exercise. Mostly that questions are dependent upon the formula which I am going to tell you today. So a big formula, one more formula is probability of A union B union C. If there are 3 events, it is equal to PA plus PB plus PC minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of B intersection C minus probability of A intersection B. Remember, plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. Same formula we have in a set theory. In a science, in pure mathematics, student used to remember this in a set theory. So this is one big formula in this particular chapter. Now the same formula is modified in the form of a addition, because I told you it's a laws of addition of probability. So see, that formula can be converted into the form of probability of A union B union C is equal to PA plus PB plus PC. It means that all the additions and this intersection will become 0 if these events are mutually exclusive event. Last time already I told you. Seeing the importance of these old formulas, we are revising it again. Now the above two formula further can be modified. This formula comes when events are mutually exclusive. This formula comes when events are mutually exclusive. But remember, events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, then further this formula can be converted into the form of probability of A plus probability of B is equal to 1. Why? Because it's a mutually exhaustive event, so probability of A union B is equal to 1. Similarly, the big formula probability of A union B union C can also be written in the form of PA plus PB plus PC is equal to 1. So this whole formula is like a part of revision, but seeing the importance of this formula, I told you again. Now during the definition of probability, I told you there are certain limitations. Because of these limitations, we have a one more chapter of probability, probability 2, that we'll see afterwards. So there are 4 limitations in your textbook, but fourth one is just like a repetition of a third one. So what I did, I converted into a 3 limitations. Many times theoretical question comes, write the definition of probability, simultaneously write the limitations of definition of probability. So keep it in mind. Ideal hidden question for 2 marks can be limitation. It is written in one of the corner of a textbook. So keep it in mind, these 2 to 3 limitations. First limitation is if the number of outcomes is infinite. For example, in this formula, if denominator is infinite, then you will not be able to find the probability. So one big limitation is this formula holds only for finite number of outcome. If outcomes are infinite, then this formula is not true, remember. So one very big limitation is new chapter will give you the formula where outcomes are infinite. Then second is if all the possible outcomes are known to you. For example, if there are 100 outcomes, if you know all the possible outcomes as well as favorable outcome, then only you will be able to get the number of m and number of n. Means suppose if you don't know all the possible outcome, and suppose if you don't know all the possible favorable outcome, then you will not be able to use this formula. So second limitation is this formula holds only when you know proper knowledge about m and n. And third and most important limitation is this formula holds only when each and every event is equiprobable. If each and every event is not equiprobable, then this formula is not true. So ideal question for 2 marks is write the definition of probability, write some limitations or shortcoming of or disadvantage of this formula. First one is total number of outcome is finite, then only this formula holds. Otherwise this formula does not hold. Second one is if m and n are very clear to you, if all the outcomes are known to you. If outcomes are not known to you, how will you come to know whether it's a favorable or not? So outcomes should be familiar to you. And the third one is if each and every event is equiprobable, then only this formula holds, otherwise this formula does not hold. So these are the 3-4 limitations. Now to solve the exercise, there are many examples also. So to solve the exercise and an example, some more formulas are there. One formula is obvious, the earlier one, and 2-3 new formulas I am telling you. In your book, they are not mentioning you these all formulas, but they are using for solving the question. So today we will make the list of all the formulas, and today itself and in a coming session we will be solving the questions of our exercise. So one familiar formula is complementary of any event, or complement of any event is 1 minus PA. That I already told you during the definition of complementary events. But new formulas are 3 or 4 new formulas are like this. Probability of A intersection B dash. What does it mean? Once I told you, this means PA minus PB. How we are going to find? The formula is this will be equal to PA minus probability of A intersection B. Nowhere in a textbook directly given this formula, but during the difference of event we had this particular symbols. Probability of A intersection B dash is equal to probability of A minus probability of A intersection B. Now one more formula is, it is similar to that of A dash. Probability of A intersection B whole dash is equal to 1 minus probability of A intersection B. It is from above formula only. But 2 very important formula which comes from set theory of mathematics. This is known to the student of mathematics as a De Morgan's law. So whenever we use the word De Morgan's law, this 2 formula comes in our mind. One is probability of A dash union B dash. There are many questions, and surely you will get 1 or 2 questions around this. Probability of A dash union B dash is equal to probability of A intersection B dash. How I remember? Change the sign. If it is union, it will become intersection. If dash are inside, you put a dash outside. This is called De Morgan's law for a mathematics student. Similarly, probability of, similar to the above formula, probability of A dash intersection B dash. See, again you reverse this symbol. If it is intersection, you write union, and this individual dash you put old dash. So this will be your second formula, which will be under the heading of De Morgan's law. So whenever I use the word De Morgan's law, these two formula we are going to use. So mostly we collected all the formulas so that we can solve the questions of exercise 1.2 and 1.3. So we'll see some questions now. Now after doing some theories, let us see some. So after doing some theories, let us see some questions on that theory. Two questions I selected from exercise 1.2. Both are very important questions, and you will realize the importance of chapter in 11th class for combination and permutation. So one question which I selected, already 2-3 questions I did from 1.2, and every day we will be doing some questions. So in exercise 1.2, one of the question is question number 4. Question you see from your textbook. One word is given. Word given is a random, and they say that find the probability of getting a new word which can be obtained by arranging all the letters except at the first place the letter should be starting with the R, and the last place letter should be M. Rest of the letters can be randomly arranged. What does it mean? They are asking you to find the probability of such event or such word which can be obtained by arranging the word in such a way that the first place should be occupied by R and the last place should be occupied by M. The rest of the things should be randomly arranged. So it's 100% theory from your 11th class. The chapter is of permutation. Now there are total letters 6. So as I told you in 11th class, randomly arranged, they can be arranged in 6 factorial ways. Just recall the memories, 6 factorial ways. So n is equal to 6 factorial, and I gave you formula in 11th class. So n is equal to 6 factorial means 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 multiple wise. So it will be 720. Now first place as it is given in question is occupied by R. So it can be arranged only in 1p1 ways. Last place M can be arranged in 1p1 ways. Remaining letters of the word random can be arranged randomly. So it can be arranged in 4p4 ways, otherwise 24 ways. So our M will be, according to that formula of probability, our M will be first place 1p1, other letters in the form of 4p4, last place again 1p1. So together it will be 24 ways. So probability of that event, that word which can be obtained by given condition is M upon n means 24 upon 720. Calculate it, answer will be around 130. You can utilize your calculator also. So this is one very important question, and see the importance of a 11th class chapter, that permutation and combination. I told you that we are going to use in a probability. One more important question I have selected, question number 17. Why I selected question number 17? Because in this session I gave you near about 3-4 new formulas. You will see that in this question all this formula will be utilized. Many times I have seen this question for 3 to 4 marks. So let us see. First of all, data is given to us. Probability of A is given 0.6, probability of B is given 0.5, probability of A intersection B is given 0.15. Now before going for solution of a question, side by you find the probability of A union B by using that formula which I told you in the list of our formula. Probability of A union B is equal to PA plus PB minus probability of A intersection B. As soon as you put the value, utilize your calculators, you will find the value of probability of A union B 0.95. This is not asked in the question, but you will be required during the solution of that question. So first of all, you find the probability of A union B. Now first part of this question is find probability of A dash, complementary of events. So as I gave you that formula 1 minus PA, so 1 minus 0.6 because PA is 0.6, you will get 0.4. Similarly, probability of difference of two events, and in my formula list you can see that this can be written in the form of probability of B intersection A dash, and this can further be modified as probability of B minus probability of A intersection B or B intersection A. These formulas are not properly mentioned in your textbook. That's why I gave you list of formula, and I picked up the same question which that formulas will be applicable in this question. So probability of B minus A means probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Probability of B is given 0.5. Probability of A intersection B is also given 0.15. Put it here, you will get 0.35. Third part, probability of A intersection B dash. I told you it's like a difference of event only. So it will be PA minus probability of A intersection B. Both the things are given to you. PA is 0.6. Probability of A intersection B is 0.15. As soon as you put it here, you will get the answer 0.45. Use the calculator to confirm your answer. Now most important part, these all will be around 1 to 2 marks. But last two parts are very important where De Morgan's law will be used. First is probability of A dash intersection B dash. As I told you, this is like a De Morgan's law of a set theory. So modify this in the form of probability of A dash intersection B dash in a modified form can be written as probability of A union B whole dash. Otherwise probability of 1 minus probability of A union B. And A union B, just for this sake only I found earlier, put it here, you will get the answer of probability of A dash intersection B dash. This is application of De Morgan's law of set theory. One last part is, so this question again I am telling you, in this question we are applying all the formulas which I told you today itself in this session. Fifth part is probability of A dash union B dash. See here A dash intersection B dash and here A dash union B dash. So again using De Morgan's law, you utilize that formula probability of A intersection B dash, then complementary of that even 1 minus 0.15, answer will be 0.85. So after writing all the formulas, I use two questions to tell you how we can use this formula. In coming session, we are going to see some more questions on a new topic. Thank you.